Here we are going to see how we can be able to graph this function for one period. So I'm going to start by writing this function. So this is equals to 2 sine of, I'm going to factor the 2 out. So this is going to be x minus pi over 4 and plus 1. So I can see a is equals to 2, b is equals to 2, b is equals to 2, k is equals to 1, and the phase shift, I'll call it PS, is equals to pi over 4, and that's going to go to the right. So now I can start my graphing. Let me start by finding the period. So the period is going to be 2 pi over b, which is equals to 2 pi over 2, which is equals to pi. So now how is that going to help me? I'm going to start at pi, and because I need 4 main points, remember, like the points we have on the unit circle, the quadrantal angles. So I'm going to start with right here, because the period is 1 pi. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'm going to do, I see this is a sine function. So I'm going to graph it with, I'm going to start by graphing. I'm going to graph it in pieces. So I'm going to start by graphing y is equals to 2 sine 2x. That's what I'm going to start with. And then when I have done that, then I'll do the other transformations. I'll add the h and k. So I'm going to start at 0. I know sine at 0 is 0. And then it goes up to this one, the amplitude is 2, so it goes up to 2, and then back to 0, so -2 and 0. And see those points, I'm going to connect them with the dots, because I just need one period, because it's not the actual graph. Then what I'm going to do with those points, I'm going to look at the value of k. K is 1, so every point that I had is going to move up once, and then it's going to move pi over 1 up and pi over 4 to the right. So this is the first point. So let me use a different color here to do, let me use a different color here to do the points. So I'm going to take the first point here, 0. So it's going to go 1 up, and then each of these squares is pi over 4. So the first point is going to be right there, and then the next one was at 1. So it's going to go 1 up, then 1 point to the right. The next one was 0. It's going to go 1 up, then to the right. And then the next one is going to go 1 up, 1 to the right. So 1 up, 1 to the right. So, and my graph is going to be right there. So that's my sketch. And I was only told to graph just one period. So that's how it's going to look like. And I can extend that if I wanted to, but I just need one period. So that's how to graph it. So this is the equation of that graph, and you can see the midline has changed. This is the midline, and the midline you can see is the same as y is equals to whatever k value is. Y is equals to k, which is equals to 1.